What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Study Hall here on UFSU University. My name's Tam, and I'm joined by
Tyler.
What Study Hall is for the unenrolled. We've taken a bunch of your guys' UFS topics as well as some of our own, and we sit down and we discuss them for your amusement, entertainment, and knowledge. So with that said, little housekeeping. If you like the content, go to patreon.com/UFS University. Support us at the dollar mark. I think we just hit like 360 subscribers on YouTube, so thank you very much for that. And check us out on TCG Player. Look for the UFSU inventory.
TCGU inventory.
TCGU inventory, right. Yep. With that, Tyler, how's your week in UFS been, man?
It's been going pretty all right.
Same here.
Yeah.
My week's been super fun. I, for the first time ever, have made, I made a deck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I made a deck.
Yeah, it's pretty all right.
And it's pretty good. It's pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
We just had one of our Sunday fun days. You can join us every Sunday where we play a couple hours of UFS, where we fought Sub-Zero.
Yep. Where we lost to Sub-Zero.
Well, I won with Sub-Zero a bunch.
Right.
Like a whole heck of a lot. I got to say, we did not slay killers on that cast, but we also, have not made a bunch of killer decks.
I mean, I think it was a good representation of, it was very powerful decks have a chance of winning. Less than powerful decks have
there's not.
No chance at all.
Zero chance. Yeah, I totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
100%. When I was playing the deck and it was very unoptimized,
Yeah.
it just didn't feel very fun. It did not feel very fun for the person I was playing against.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
not
It
very
was
fun.
well, it's just it's turn 3 and you already had it. Well, I guess I can't
lose.
kill you.
I lose.
Yeah.
I'm over here playing regular UFS trying to get to turn 5,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm dead to 42,069 damage.
Yep.
And 42,069 speed.
Yep.
Or 69,420 speed. Those are the two numbers you can pick.
Yep.
That's it. Depends on if your number's even or odd. I've made a Plant Man deck. I've been testing with Whitzel. I'm going to be playing Jackie for singles, and so I'm just trying to figure out my team's deck
Mm-hmm.
because I can go.
Yep.
As of last time of recording, I was not able to go, and now I can. I officially have off work for that Friday. I'm going to be flying out Thursday night. I'm going to be teaming with the undisputed Canadian national champion Kevin Broberg.
Mm-hmm.
And we need a third. we have to find a third person on our team. If you want to send in your applications to be on mine and Kevin's team, email us at ufsuniversity@gmail.com. Videos would be appreciated. I would love to see some. Let's get some promos going again, huh? How about that?
Yeah.
How about that? That was serious. If you really want on, I would love to see a video. That would be super fun. And I'm putting it up on YouTube. Sorry. Besides that, what have you been testing?
So I got rid of my Siegfried decks.
Why?
Siegfried definitely seems like one of the weaker characters of this latest set,
I totally agree.
which is disappointing,
Disheartening. Upsetting.
yeah.
Flabbergasting.
He's fun to play still.
He's a blast.
Yeah. He's not competitive enough.
For you. For
Yeah.
your
for me. I think you could play an extremely lame deck with him.
I totally agree.
Lame as in I'm just gonna build an unbreakable wall.
Yeah. And I'll throw you to death.
Yeah.
I feel like Earth throws are the only practical way to play him consistently.
Yeah. But that can be extraordinarily boring, and I don't want to do that.
Yep. It takes a certain kind of person
Mm-hmm.
to play Earth throws.
And I'm not that kind of person.
Yeah.
So instead, I rebuilt Yoshimitsu to be better.
And he's sick.
Yes.
I love the deck.
And then I have now built a Spike 2 deck,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is all right. I have only faced against a super hard counter, though. So it did, however, get a match when he only saw 2 of his answers.
Yep.
Not all
yep.
4.
Not all 4.
So.
Yeah, Ace Maneuvers is one hell of a card.
Yep.
I think your mindset has changed with the
Mhm.
game recently, and it makes me feel very good. Makes
Yeah?
me feel you're actually Permission to speak freely.
Absolutely.
You're actually fun to play against right now.
Oh.
And it's a blast. Like, it's an actual blast. Like, you losing and not getting butt hurt, or you being just like, nah, I don't want to play. Like, every time I ask you to play, I half expect you to be like, nah,
Oh
I
yeah.
don't want to.
Yeah.
Because there was such a stint where you were just like, nah.
Well, it just wasn't fun at all.
Yeah, I get it.
Like I had no desire to build decks, and then therefore any deck that I played and did bad with was just like I don't want to be doing this in the first place. So who cares?
Speaking of playing decks,
Yeah.
we're going to go ahead and move on to the first topic of the day, which is the bottom half of the top 8 cut of the Bay Area PTC from all the way out in California. So, I don't think that reference is that's a very dated reference.
I didn't know.
He hasn't
what
been
you were saying.
governor
Oh, okay.
in a very long time. California.
There we go.
And
Now I
And
understand.
it's not even a good
Right,
impersonation
right.
of it. Starting with 8th place, we have Reptile, piloted by Sam Tate. Shout out to my guy.
Hey.
Reptile, it looks like he's under Void or Water. He's underwater, looking for a ball. He's playing 23 attacks. I think I'm just going to pull up the Ultra Link. I think that's just the best call.
This is my favorite deck out of the top
of this whole set?
Yeah, it just seems like the most like not obvious. I want to say like
Really?
the other ones seem like I expect all that. I expect all that. I expect all that. This one like
It's just Finale Rosso, multiple.
Finale Rosso, Virus Unchained.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's things in here that I wouldn't think about playing.
It's because he's playing Fulfilled Battle.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's playing Cats. He's playing a bunch of like 2-ofs. Like, look, there are 3 2-ofs in here. Skullbear, Demi Lovato, Alurophobia. Finale Rosso's a 3-of. Fireball's a 3-of. Those Wimmo Punches a 4-of. It's just Wimmo. It's. I'm surprised there's no Fatality, actually. I think that's the biggest thing. Maybe he didn't have them?
maybe.
Yeah, I think Fatality would have made this deck insane. To the point where, like, I almost want to make this deck with add in Fatalities and see what's up.
Maybe, yeah.
Look at this 4 Sealer of Evil. This kid did not want to fight Akuma at all.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Yeah. This kid wanted nothing to do with Akuma. Man. Castaway Forgotten at a 2-of. That card's really good in Reptile. Holy cow. Double
Yeah.
Spaceland. Reactive style. Keep him off momentum. Spaceland to keep him off momentum. 1 God of Thunder. That should be a 2-of. 4 Fusion Refusal. This deck looks sick. I like this deck a lot.
Yeah.
Finale Rosso. The next remove an attack card from the game. Add it to your momentum. Yeah, Yo, hold on. You ready? Finale Rosso mixed with Explosive Acrobatics says it gives you momentum for free.
That's very
That's super
cool.
sick. That's so
Okay.
cool.
nice find.
This deck is rad. I like
Yeah.
this deck a whole hell of a lot. Yo, Wimmo Punch gives Alurophobia 2 damage. Or it gives it a damage. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, this is I think the coolest deck.
Yeah.
Top.
I dig it. Anything that you would maybe change besides Fatality?
Probably not. Maybe more bangs, but
Yeah, he needs more on the sideboard. He's not mainboarding Formidable Task, and I think he should. But at the same time, he is playing Sealer of Evil.
right.
So like maybe that's enough. But I think the Fire Earth ability on Formidable Task is hella important.
Yeah.
1 Feigned Interest for Missile Launcher? Yeah.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Yeah.
That card should be in Jeddah. What was I doing not playing this card?
I don't know. Well, it's nobody's ever played this card ever.
Well, I played it in my Fey deck originally, but
And
That
look
deck
how
sucked.
good that did.
hey. Watch it, all right? I'm wearing a hat. No more shade.
All right.
Moving on, we've got Cassie Cage, 7th place, piloted by Brandon Jones. Shout-outs.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. This looks like... Ooh, this looks a lot like... He's got Rhythmic Fighting Style in here. This is cool. I was going to say this is just Jeremy Ray's deck, but it's not. It looks just like a take on his deck.
Yeah.
4 Season Guide, 4 Telekinetic, 4 Mastery. Yeah, we've got... How many cards is this? 65? Man, there's
Good enough number.
a bunch of 1-ofs. Not Over Till You Die is very cool. I like that a lot because you can Not Over Till You Die with Glow Kick and add the attack to your hand.
That's really cool.
Living Pendulum's good. Cures Magnetism. This looks like your standard Telekinetic Mastery Cassie Cage deck.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah.
I dig it.
I
Is
mean,
there anything crazy he's missing? 4-4-4-2.
no, I don't think so.
I'm not seeing anything. He's playing a little aggressive though because he's playing 4 Crit Splat and 2 Not Over Yet. I'm wondering what other good all attacks are there that you could run. Anybody else is running anything crazy under all?
No.
Yeah, not that I can think of either.
Well, it's not the best of symbols right now, so
I mean, apparently it is if you're Cassie Cage.
I think exclusively Cassie Gage. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure there's much we can say about this deck.
She has another attack, doesn't she? Or is it just those 3?
She's got Power Flip, which sucks. What you
Okay.
you would play Seraphatic Wing over Power Flip 10 out of 10 days.
Okay.
Because Seraphatic Wings is committal. It ignores in deadlock, gets 4 damage, and Cassie gives it speed. So it's it's a X mid for 9 that you can just have all your blocks, and then it ignores. And it has a block itself, and it stuns a asset or foundation, and then enhances can't be canceled. So it essentially is
weird. Not over
out of
yet.
your league.
Out of your league. That's the one. I was looking at not over yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think maybe the only thing that we could possibly want to play is, I think the Gil Foundation that cancels a cancel is exceptional,
Yeah.
and everybody
I
should be
agree.
playing that other one of. It's got a 5 check, but it's got a 4 high block or something like that. Like it's a really bad block, but it's really easy for you to like stack something on top of your deck, and then they play an attack, and then you draw it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's super good. That's
Yeah.
super red. And it cancels revoke. It cancels out of your league. It is Shinnok.
Yeah.
You destroy
Kinda.
it or remove it and just cancel a cancel. That's super good. That's super crazy good.
Yeah.
I
Again,
think
nice one.
I think we might have cracked the code for Cassie for this set.
I'll agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see what nice sip brings her.
Oh, does that look sick? Hold on. Where's our cool card?
Who's this deck by?
Dang. This was Jonathan Moreno playing Jetta 2 Dot. I saw Focus Charge and was like, what sick, powerful attack are we playing? But we're not.
Yeah.
He's playing 2 Castle Doma. How do you feel about that?
Let me read the card and find out.
Sounds good. First form, your opponent discards a momentum. Your opponent may destroy 1 foundation to cancel this effect. Enhance, remove the top 15 of your deck after your opponent plays an ability on an action card. Cancel its effects, playable by either player.
I think this card is fine.
Okay.
It's more foundation destruction, which I guess is really good in Jetta.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what it's used for.
100%. It's the first form's it, but then like remove 15 whenever you've got whenever you're going in for your kill.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. And just hope.
Yeah.
Pray.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that's fine.
It looks like we're playing a bunch of really cool stuff. I think the biggest thing that like he's playing that I wasn't was like people are really valuing Dreaming of Becoming Whole. Like I get why. I just feel like there's just better cards, and I try not to get, make my deck super thick, extra thick. He's playing 4 Dreaming, 4 Designed, 4 his Gift of Mortal Blood. That card's insane. Honky Tonk Balanced, Far Worse Place Than Hell. I think the 3-of's fine. 2. I don't like My Beautiful Child. I think it might be relevant in the next format because of Sub-Zero, but I think My Beautiful Child is actually not good in Jetta.
Yeah.
I think it can be played around, and it's just a turn too slow. Unless you go first. If you go first and you get to build it, it's very good.
Sure.
But
yeah.
then it's a ready foundation you're removing as opposed to a committed one. If it's a playable or committed, I'd be 100% down.
Yeah. Then the card would be insane.
Yeah, totally. If he played on a bunch of stuff. Double God of Thunder, attaboy. Emergency Rations out of 2 of. I bet he wanted to pop that up. I'm so surprised at Reactive Style out of 2 of. I feel like this is one of your 4 ofs in this deck.
Yeah.
Discard one of your opponent's momentum is insane. Is absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
That's so good in Jetta. This card says flip, draw a card, your opponent debuilds 1.
Yeah.
Or you add it into your momentum and you dead them.
Yeah. I mean, yes.
That seems nuts. Or you add it for Skull Barrier. That seems nuts.
I mean, it might just be like they're just going to give them as much momentum as fast as they can.
This deck looks like a very good water deck. I like this deck a lot. I think the biggest misplay that he has is there's no Prepare to Fight and there's no what was that one card? The task card. The one that was in his sideboard. Formidable Task. There's no Formidable Task, and I think that card is absolutely necessary in every deck that can play these symbols, especially Jeddah. Because the cool thing that you can do with Jeddah is, let's say they're not playing those symbols, is you block with it, you respond on the card, you add it into your staging area face down, or committed, and then you respond to Jeddah after the block and blow it up.
Yeah.
And then they add one in.
Yep.
And so, like, you didn't actually lose anything. You gained them putting a foundation into their momentum. I think that's insane in Jeddah. That's super good.
Yeah.
That's like...
I mean, on block.
That's... Yeah.
You blocked an attack to get rid of one of foundation.
Yeah.
Which...
That's the whole thing Jeddah wants to do. That's
Yeah.
all of it. And, like, the biggest thing with Jeddah is... And the reason that I'm so afraid of the next set with Jeddah is we're losing... the Sasquatch card that when it blows up. Not... Glacial Assault, not Tribal Protector.
Yeah,
Glacial Assault.
right.
Glacial Assault is what lets me +1 or keep my advantage or whatever. And this card is a bit of a hand trap because I block with it, it moves, and I blow that up. So I'm trading a resource from my hand for a resource for not taking damage and a resource on their board.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. It's super good. Not quite as good as Glacial, but it's still good.
Right.
Oops. And then our 5th place finisher was Gil under Life, with David Gosney as the pilot. Let's talk about this deck just a smidge. 19 attacks. This is playing 4 Soul Devourer. This guy was trying to kill you.
Yes, he was.
This guy was just trying to kill you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure he was doing it.
I got him 5th place.
2 Future Poolside Day. What is this? How are we not playing 4 of this card? This is insane.
How's he putting it on top?
Future Poolside?
Yeah.
You just discard it.
With
You discard anything from -3 speed.
Sure. So
You discard any card that you've gotten
Yeah.
after you draw a bunch of non-blocks, and you like. What are our non-blocks look like? Yeah, we've got 13 non-blocks. Yeah,
okay. Yeah.
I don't know how we're not playing. I don't know how it's like 4-0 for this card, right?
Yeah. I think so.
Demon Billion is sick.
I agree. It was in my sideboard when I played Gil.
I flipped 2 of your opponent's foundations. This is really good hate versus Sub-Zero. This
Yes,
is
it
really
is.
good hate versus new Sub-Zero.
It is.
I should add this to my list.
You should.
Reborn Seraphatic Wing. The card's good. I'm not sure how great it is in Gil. I mean, it's a 4 speed mid for 5 that commits something. You can't stop them. Are we playing Conqueror of Night and Day? I don't know how this deck kills anybody besides all-inning on Soul Devourer.
Yeah, and then Immortal Knowledge for
But, like,
just
why would
a
you-
little bit of damage.
Why would you play Immortal Knowledge when you can play Conqueror? Maybe we're
Yeah.
just always at 100 life.
I mean,
just like Surveyor them.
that was a problem that I was running into when I played it, is that there would be times where I had not full life, but then the play to that is play Kotal Khan's attack.
Okay, here's the coolest card in the deck. Slithering Serpent. Do you know why this card's sick?
Why?
Because Soul Devourer is a low block.
Yeah.
I'll make this thing a low. All right, I'll block with my easy Soul Devourer. Do you
Yeah.
want to keep playing cards? I'm going to draw 1,000,000.
Yeah. I mean, sure.
I dig this deck a bunch. I'm
Yeah.
surprised no 4-plant barrier. I think if we could have gone back in time, I think this is the card that we would have switched out in your deck.
That and also his foundation.
Take this thing out.
Plant Mary's
Oh, Plant Man's?
Plant Man's foundation.
To add momentum or just draw cards?
Draw cards.
Okay.
Just a little bit extra draw.
I'm down.
I mean, all my things only have one keyword, so
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah, totally. One or a few.
Right.
Singular Dust in the Wind. Is there any stun hate in this deck?
No.
Yeah. Conduit of United Essence. Order response, remove after one of your more cards are committed or flipped due to your opponent's effect. Commit or flip one of your opponent's assets or foundations, playable while committed. So when it gets stunned, you're like, bye, punk.
That's baby stun hate though.
It's selective stun hate.
Sure.
It says that if they have an important piece on the board, like, I don't know, admonition fees, and I don't want to deal with that, they're not allowed to stun me the whole game. They're just not allowed to. It's like a nuclear deterrent.
Sure. I mean, like, once though. Like
Once?
it is. But I mean, like, I guess.
Look at this triple over the top and a 5-hander. I love it.
Yeah.
We're getting to build all these late in the chain.
Mm-hmm.
All these 3 and 4 divs. Yeah, I think this deck just like it just got out prophetic fulfillment. Whew, that was hard to say. A lot of F's in that word for not having a bunch of F's. Prophetic fulfillment, and just try to beat you to death with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, look, he's playing 4 guard mascot.
Yeah, I was playing that.
Yeah. How you feel about top 8? How you feel about Gil, Jetta, Cassie, Reptile? Any surprises?
Reptile.
Really?
Right. I wouldn't expect this Reptile deck to be playing.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like Reptile?
I actually like him a bit. I want to say 8.
Like an 8? How are you not playing this character right now then?
Because
Why is this not your team's deck?
I think there's I don't know how.
Why is this not your singles deck? Nobody in locals playing Reptile. Go bite some people's heads off. Just wear all green. Get some contacts.
Reptile is
Dye your beard.
always sort of seemed like not quite enough.
Okay.
I feel like the 3 having to have so many attacks in your hand to actually do stuff actually matters quite a bit.
Totally.
Like, you can usually get them to discard 1, maybe 2 cards,
Yeah.
and that'll sometimes be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Other times it will not. Like, he's kind of easy to play around,
Yeah, totally.
which is why I've always felt like he's just not quite enough.
All right.
He might get better in this next set.
He's 100% getting better. I've already got a deck idea just
Sure.
right now.
Right.
I'm down.
And
I'm so down to help you with this deck.
maybe if that deck works a lot better, then yeah, I'll play him.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm thinking up a lot of decks.
Yeah.
So
This set's really cool. I like how much it's helping old stuff.
I agree.
Like old stuff.
I agree.
That was like one of my biggest issues with the old set with Street Fighter vs. Darkstalkers. But that's not the topic of today.
Right.
We're gonna go ahead and call this episode here. Just talking about this. I'm super down. We had another life deck. We had a life deck top 8 that wasn't a mill deck.
Right.
Let's go. We had another water deck. We had another all deck, and we had 2 water decks. We had Reptile and Jetta. So that's rad.
Yes, it is.
Any final thoughts on bottom 8 before we get into top 8?
No, they all seem like very by the book decks
Shout out to
that
everybody
we've seen
playing
right
them.
now. Yeah, very good job. It's going.
5. Yeah, we'll get into the next one. Thank you. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Study Hall here on UFSU University. My name's Tam, and I'm joined by
Tyler.
What Study Hall is for the unenrolled is we take a bunch of your guys' UFS topics as well as some of our own, and we sit down and we discuss them for your amusement, entertainment, and knowledge. So with that said, we're going to be moving on. There was a PTC. Actually, housekeeping. Go out to Patreon to like the stuff. Go out to YouTube. We'd love the support. And we have a TC player. Neat. There was a PTC out in the Bay Area, out in California. Yesterday's episode, or the thing you heard 2 seconds ago if you're on Patreon, was about the bottom 8. Now we're going to talk about the top 8, starting with 4th place. 4th place, we've got Jet Under Fire, piloted by Matt Vios.
Velhos?
There's a Y. That 2 L's are Y, right? Matt. Shout out to Matt. This deck's sick. This deck's so sick. This deck stunned you out and then murdered you with a Kurabushi kick. This is a lot like the deck that Jake the Big Johnson played at the Chicago PTC and just barely bubbled. Kurabushi kick is insane. IKW from Kin Support, the stun 2, remove the top 2 cards, your opponent can't play actions. That's super good. That's a stun 4 that has 6 damage, and you can remove 2 momentum if you don't want to run into something from like Missile Launcher or whatever, and kick a card from their hand. That's super good. 4 Marshall Banana, 4 Unhealthy Diet. This dude just threw stats on stuff.
Yeah.
3 I Feel Violent. This card's nuts. Bonsai. The biggest thing is there's no. I guess he doesn't need the one of, not over till you die. That says first form commit if you've got 2 or more removed attacks, draw card.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean commit, make, draw card is insane in this game, and there's not a lot that does it.
Right.
There's just not.
Yeah.
Could you imagine characters that just said like form commit draw card?
It'd be like Tiffany Jamber or something.
Yeah. Big shot punching Judy out of 4 of and 3
Of course.
out of your league. This deck just wanted to kill you.
Yeah.
Matt just wanted to get his games done in 4 minutes flat and just move on to this day.
Yeah. 18 attacks is. I would be playing 20.
What?
I'd be playing 20.
I don't know. Obviously he doesn't need it because I don't know. Jet gives 2 damage on all of his stuff, and so you don't need the extra damage. We're playing 4 Missile Launcher. I mean, Missile Launcher plus Punch and Judy is just as good as Coffee Samba with Punch and Judy.
Sure. But I'd be playing 20.
I hear you. What 2 attacks did you add?
I actually don't know.
Yeah, that's what I
Maybe-
fucking thought, Tyler.
Man, I guess one more tech sphere, one more.
But do you need it though?
No,
Just-
but it'd
just
be
kill
fun
him.
to have. But that's not 20. Tam.
Okay, I get it.
It's not about what it's there. It's about the number.
This deck is optimized. I haven't seen a Herald and Germania in a main board in forever. 2 Presidente on that house. He's not playing Commander of Outward Army.
Yeah. He's doing it in the sideboard.
It's in the side, yeah. 1 Spaceland.
I guess
one Evil
just
Monster.
all his
There is
defense is in the
no
sideboard.
defense.
Yeah.
There's no defense main boarded. He just wanted to kill people.
He has a
wanted
little
the game
bit
to be
of
over.
defense main boarded.
He's got
He's
stuff.
got enough defense main boarded.
He's got stuff to stop you stopping his stuff.
Yeah.
Like out of your league or overly dramatic, is not about hey, I'm gonna give this big pump. It's like I'm gonna decrease your damage. I'm gonna stop your punch and Judy from canceling my punch and Judy or something like that. And out of your league is just for like deliverance or something on a Lurophobia or a Cats or whatever.
Or evoke.
Yeah, it's like, do you want to stop me? No, I refuse.
And then
Short fuse is like, did you want to stop me?
A lot of fucking speed hate.
Oh yeah. Well, you get that in brutality, and you're just like break 5,
Yeah.
idiot.
Yeah.
Turns over. Let me play the game.
Yeah. I like it.
This deck just beats ass. And that's what the fire symbol's supposed to do, right?
Right.
You're supposed to just burn out, run hot, and kill them.
All right. I never looked at it like that. I guess yeah.
That's the point. This just stats the symbol.
Yeah.
Moving on, we've got Elena, piloted by Preston Brockway. This is a good Elena deck, playing some very questionable choices. Oh, it's a Graven Castle Ruins deck. Oh my goodness, Graven Castle Ruins with Whip Assault. That's insane. It's got Black Dog's Aim. It's got Missile Launcher, Woodman's Leaf Shield. The biggest thing is Big Cyclones in the sideboard. I'm not positive if I'm in love with that, but like, there's a bunch of really sick 4 Forbidden Techniques, 4 Empress of Outrealm, 4 Built for Speed. This deck looks. There's 3 Confronting Jeddah. Why?
Because
Why are
that's
there
great.
3?
I mean, she gives
yes.
a bunch of speed. She gives an amount of speed.
Why aren't we playing the Vincent Gray card to pick up face downs? Discard a card, pick up a face down. Why is that not happening?
She's a 5-hander, I guess.
But that turns not a card into a card, and she builds like a 6-hander.
Yeah.
She builds like a for free 6-hander. She guarantee builds one every turn. Every turn.
So I want to say, because off of personal experience, when I played it,
Mm-hmm.
it felt a little weak.
Okay.
It felt maybe a little slow.
The D build one mattered.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, like, I don't know. I just remember it feeling a little bit slow, and this might just be. I'm just gonna play, like I'm just gonna go with what I have.
Yeah, maybe.
It is a card that I would think about adding. Like, I don't know if you need.
I don't know.
Black
He's
Dogs.
playing 2 fast learner. He's playing a stop. He's playing apples. He's got these options. If he can afford and knows about how you like them apples, it's obvious he has access to whatever that Vincent Gray card I'm about to look up is. It's not axe handle.
It's Cannon Crack.
Cannon. Are you sure?
I believe it's Cannon
We're
Crack.
about to find out. I don't want. Is it Soul Cal? Fire. Good. Match them all. I clicked on this by accident. Just standard. Well, it's impossible. You can't find it. So I like this deck a lot. I'm not positive it's a TAM deck. I'm not sure that I could ever play this deck, especially not well.
Yeah.
I guess like the big things that I'm confused about is where are the why not load up on a bunch of regular options, right? Good job, Cannon Crack.
Yeah.
Why not just load up on a bunch of like normal options like 4 missile launcher, 4 nutcracker, 4 whip assault. Like let's get in there, you know? Why at least 2 ofs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, 5 different 2 ofs. That's how math works.
Yeah. I guess I'm just going to hold it. So, like, I'm going to hold it. I'm going to play lame until I have 5 attacks in my hand, and then I'm going to kill you. That's how I see this deck.
Plus, like, this is a Graven Castle deck.
Yeah.
So, like, why would I play a bunch of 2 ofs in a Graven Castle deck? Don't I want to run 4 ofs just to keep adding stuff in?
I guess it just gives you that many more options. Like, it's not for the damage, it's for the add-in.
So we just want 2/2, but why would we want to add stuff in? That's why I'm confused. It's like, why do we want to add stuff in
Defense. I think it's purely defense.
for Woodman's Leaf Shield
Woodman Leaf Shield and then Big Cyclone on the
and
second
then
game.
Black Dog's Fang whenever they finish?
Yeah.
Add something back.
Yeah. Or
I
just
can-
Black Dog's Fang immediately.
I can see that. I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down.
I think the numbers could be changed.
Yeah,
But it also got third place.
it did
so-
get third place. We can't really complain about it.
Yeah.
Elena's coming in hot. Second place, we've got Lord Raptor, played by one of our patron producers,
Mm-hmm.
Iari. I'm gonna mispronounce her last name. Iari Meckler. McClare, maybe. He's playing Lord Raptor. Lord Raptor just recently got second place at the Atlanta PTC. I really hope that he doesn't have Dimitri syndrome. Looks like a fairly standard all deck. Playing the only non-low attacks are.
What do you mean by all deck?
Or sorry, all low attack decks. Sorry.
Okay.
It's an air deck.
Yeah.
It's got Bear Bite, Kneecapper, Hurricane of Death, Stinging Skull, but it also has like Leg Shredder, Azuna Drop, Sweet Chainsaw Music. So like the game plan is lows, but like Leg Shredder's too good to pass up.
Right.
Azuna Drop's too good to pass up.
Right.
Sweet Chainsaw's too good to pass up.
It's all lows except when it's not.
It's well, okay. So you could in the symbol be playing like Conch Blast, right?
Mhm.
You could in the symbol be playing other Mishka Flash support that are mids.
Sure.
Like you could be playing other stuff,
Yeah.
but you're not.
Right.
We're focusing on lows. Calling me, I like that. Besides that, this looks like a standard Raptor deck.
Yeah. I don't know if there's anything that
We need to get a hold of this card.
we have some.
We have familiar faces.
Yeah.
That card's nuts. Destroy the foundation after opponent plays an ability on an action card, cancels effects, and discard it from the card pool.
When did this become legal?
This past month.
Okay.
This card's
Yeah.
insane.
I mean, they're all in James' room.
This card's insane.
Yeah.
This card should be playing in your deck right now. At a 1 of.
Sure.
This card stops bang.
We don't know how many exist in this house, though.
Yeah, it's true.
So
James Stevens, if you're listening, which I know you're not, give us some cards, my guy. All right,
stop,
we're your
stop
teammates.
Bogarden.
Yeah. Terry? Was that a good joke?
It was.
All right.
It was an okay joke.
Feels good to be bad. Why is this a 2 of? This card's insane. This card's committal -2 speed hate, and we get to ready something with Leg Shredder. And we flip a ready foundation. We flip to ready a foundation. Like, I don't know, heal by a shaman.
Oh.
To
I'd
block
have
things
this.
forever.
I'd have this added to. I think You only really need like one of it, right?
Enhance, remove any flash attack from your discard pile. Any flash.
Sure.
-2 speed.
Sure.
You have 3 of that, and it's -6 speed to not die.
But you did just remove 3 attacks.
Who cares?
And then, I don't know. I think if you have 2, you really only need like 2 speed on every attack. Why remove more than you need?
Okay. I am going to refer to you back upstairs to my Plant Man deck,
Yeah.
who I believe killed you one game with a 8 high, 9 high for 45 attack.
Right. That's an outlier though.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't think.
Why would I not prepare for that though?
Well, who's actually playing Playman right now? Right. Like what?
You're right. Plant Man has not topped this entire season.
He's never topped. He's probably topped like once or twice.
I don't
But like
think
he's never really made a strong showing.
I'm fairly positive that I want to say Scott Sunman won a PTC with Plant Man.
Did he?
I believe so. I think it was Plant Man siding into Vega.
Okay. Like, what other strong showing has he done?
Nothing I can think of, honestly.
What character with a lot of speed has made a really strong showing as of late?
Cassie Cage.
Okay. I'll agree to that one. Although I still don't think.
I don't know. Being able to -1,000 on an Akuma attack seems really good.
Yeah.
It's playable while committed, which is super important versus him. I don't know. I think there's a place. I think there's a place in the deck.
Sure.
He's not playing. Oh, formidable task in the sideboard. I think we're messing up. UFS players, I think we're messing up by not putting this card in the main board. This card deserves your main board slot.
Yeah. I mean, it might be the fact that it's a 3 mid.
Who cares?
I mean, when you give -6 speed on everything. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's a -3. I'm getting a phone call.
Oh.
I threw it on the ground. Yeah. Not really much else we could say about this.
Yeah, pretty standard. Like I said last video, everything I think after Raptor is fairly, I think, standard for what these characters do.
Besides Reptile, you mean? You just said Raptor.
Reptile, yes.
Yep.
They're
I was
both
like-
fucking lizard people.
What? One of them's a zombie.
Yeah, but he's a prehistoric zombie. Prehistoric lizard zombie man.
He's from...
I don't
he's
know.
from
It's
Britain.
the raptor. It's the raptor part. It confuses me.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. It's the,
Oh.
He always does
You're
it to
so dumb.
me. Yeah.
No, I get it. Yeah, he's a big lizard guy.
Yeah.
There's a comment. I'm gonna give him a shout out. Yari himself was commenting to one of the haters. Unless that guy's a Patreon supporter and I didn't realize it, and then in which case he's totally right, Yari, and you're wrong. But you're also a Patreon supporter, so you're also right, and that other guy's wrong. It's a loop. I can't do it.
Shield.
And the original comment said something along the lines of bleh, same character's topping. And then Yara's just like, no, that's called a meta. Deal with it, punk.
Yeah.
And so like we've seen everybody rise to the top. Like we know what's
I
going
agree. Yeah.
I'm just gonna do. And luckily Soul Calibur's out to shake all of this up right before a major. Let's go. Only the best will survive.
Right. I'm not complaining that all these decks are standard for what you'd expect.
Yeah.
It's just that I'd like to see something different.
Okay.
That's why the Raptor stood out.
Yeah.
That's why not Raptor stood out, but Reptile stood out.
Yep.
Because I'm a big dummy.
Yeah. I love it. Moving on to our first place deck, we have the Boogeyman, Akuma 2 Dot, piloted by Chad Phillips. Let's look at this Akuma deck. We've seen a bunch of Akuma decks on this show.
Mm-hmm.
We've got 4 Congos, or as Ben Shoemaker calls them, Susans. If you look at the last 5 letters, Susan.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I love getting smacked up by Susan. I think that's so funny. 4 Dotso, or 3 Devil Slayer, 3 Gyro Attack, 3 Gyro Blade, and 1 Seki Karasuta Carrot Cake.
Carrot cake.
Crack a carrot cake. Yeah, this makes sense. It's
Sure.
just Akuma. There's no Samba. There's no sadistic ways. It's playing real safe. There's a singular 2. And we sight in another one if we absolutely need to. Or we can sight it out for other cards. We can kill people with just 17 attacks in Akuma.
Yeah.
For sure. 4 debt to be paid. He doesn't want you to pass anything. 4 admonition fees. That card's super important. 1 damnation. Let's go. That card's insane. All right. 6 card in his deck. Beauty can overcome. I think from the beginning, people should have been playing this card. Beauty can overcome is so important because the sickest thing you can do. Are you ready for the play?
Yeah.
Are you ready for the play?
Give it to me.
On my first turn that I'm allowed to go in, I draw a singular attack. I draw 1 gyro attack.
Mm-hmm.
I play gyro attack. I Akuma to put in my stun. I stun 1, give it the 1 damage. I put that card in my momentum, and then I build.
Yeah.
I have a momentum now, for guaranteed, and now my beauty can overcome is live. It's active.
Forever. Yep.
And then I drew 6 foundations or one Susan.
You Akuma'd and you didn't draw the amount of attacks that you needed to kill.
Yeah, and just like, well, I'll just draw another hand, whatever.
Yeah.
Who needs these? The 3 hour hours in my hand aren't going to do anything. These Drained by the Kisses. I think this is the smartest card you can play in Safety Akuma. If you're not playing Coffee Samba to try and extend your turn, this is the card to play. To the point where like maybe even play it like a 2-of, honestly. Like seeing this card very much matters.
Mm-hmm.
This is about to rotate. That card's about to be gone.
Sure.
So we might be forced to play. We might be forced to play Coffee Samba.
Oh no.
Oh no. Playing 2 more Harrison's Lucky Day to protect admonition fees. This is fun. I'm digging this. Good and evil's all in the sideboard. Yeah, this deck just looks real tight. This looks like a real tight, safety 3s asterisk Akuma deck.
Yeah. A deck that it's no surprise that it won.
No surprises whatsoever. I mean, he's not playing no surprises, but no surprises there.
Right.
Tyler, we had 5 characters from Street Fighter vs. Darkstalkers Top. We had 2 characters from Mortal Kombat. We had 1 character from Bebop. We had 0 characters from Platinum. 0 characters from pre-Bebop era.
Yep.
Any surprises?
I'm gonna say Elena.
Really?
Yeah. I think Elena is definitely one of. I don't know. I want to say she's one of the weaker characters of this latest set.
I think she's got 2 jobs.
I think she's bottom half.
I think she's got 2 jobs. She's either so unbelievably early game that you're trying to kill them on your turn 1, and if you go past your turn 1, if you go to make it a turn 3, the game's over. Scoop it up. You've lost. Or she's comfortable in that turn 17, turn 18.
Right.
And that's where she wants to live. Of just like, oh, I've sculpted the most beautiful 5 attacks I possibly could. I've got 35 face downs. I'm not going to fail anything.
Mm-hmm.
Let's play a game. All my attacks are going to get a bunch of speed because of Elena.
Mm-hmm.
They're always going to get at least 2 damage because of Elena. And I'm just going to grind you out.
Yep. But I think that could be hit or miss, which is probably why I would say she's the bottom half of the characters.
Yeah.
And then like maybe
She's
Reptile.
printed on her card. All right, so I don't know why nobody's playing Brutality and Elena.
Yeah, Brutality.
Give it +1. Give it
I think James
6
mentioned that
damage.
before. Yeah.
No, that's bad. Don't do that. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm not surprised by any of this, actually. I think Reptile is incredibly good. I think it takes a really good pilot in order to make Reptile good. And honestly, I think Reptile might have to get some lucky breaks, which is why he lost to Jet. He lost to Jet in the top. Probably because Jet just killed him.
Yeah.
Jet was probably just like, I don't want to. Boom.
I'll block with
I don't want to deal
Brutality.
with any of that.
I'll make sure that I hold Brutality.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Your turn's over, Lizard Boy. With that, we're going to go ahead and bring this episode to a close. Actually, real fast, I want to do a quick recap. We had Akuma was under Evil. Raptor was under Air. Elena was under Good, Fire, Life, Water, all water. We had 7 diverse symbols top this event.
Yeah.
Let's go. That's so sick. Put a smile on your face,
Yeah.
Tyler.
I mean, like
That sounds like a healthy meta to me.
Sure. I think they're the symbols that we're already talking about.
Well, now hold on. All right, I'm trying to spin this into a positive.
I think we're just going back to the meta's. The meta is pretty set in its ways right now.
Yep.
And then we're about to get a huge shakeup with the next set.
Totally. So with that, we're going to go ahead and move on to topic 3 of the week. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Study Hall here on UFSU University. My name's Tam.
I'm Tyler.
What Study Hall is for the unenrolled is we take a bunch of your guys' UFS topics as well as some of our own, and we sit down and we discuss them for your amusement, entertainment, and knowledge. So, as you've noticed, I've had a costume change. I just got back from a work meeting and recording part 3 about an hour and a half, 2 hours later.
Mm-hmm.
So, first 2 parts were about the PTC that happened this weekend, and this part 3, is going to be all about Sub-Zero. For all of you kids who don't know, with the new Soul Calibur set coming out, there is a 3-card combo, technically 4-card because we have to have an attack, that can give infinite speed and infinite damage to an attack. The foundations that we have to have in order to do this is we have to have at least one honky tonk woman from Faye Valentine support. We have to have one maternal swordsmanship, and we have to have one cryptic.
It's not Crypto the Necrodancer. That is a video game. That's the name I think of every time I see the card, though.
Cryptic. It should be here. It's like Chiromancer's Descendant. Boop, got it. Right. If you have these 3 cards and a 3 damage attack, you can take and do a loop that you can find a video on. We have a Sub-Zero Infinite deck profile on the channel, and kill people with 3 damage attacks. Whether that be like you can do 18 million speed and 18 million damage, and they got to just eat it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're not going to check an 18 million and 5.
But no, you're gonna check a 6 when you blog with Cool and Focused.
Damn right. So yeah, tell me about this Sub-Zero Infinite. Good, bad? What are your feelings on it?
I think it is very good.
It's good that it exists, or the deck itself is good?
The deck itself is good. That it exists is very bad. Infinites are not fun.
Nope.
Especially infinites that are extraordinarily easy to make.
Yes.
I think it's under a symbol that has every answer in the world that you could ever want.
Totally.
And it's under a character that has also an answer.
Yeah. Out on Patreon, I haven't uploaded this yet as time of recording, but I'm probably just going to do that tonight. I have made a list that is an ever-growing list of every single answer/counter/speed bump that I can possibly think of inside of Standard currently to slow down this Infinite. Mm-hmm. And I want to talk about a couple of the answers and the reason that they're good versus not good. Things like Stone Man. Stone Man turns this off.
Yep.
They cannot do the Infinite unless they have a bang.
Right.
Or a bang. They have a bang.
Which they'll be playing 4 of.
Of course, they will be. Why would they not play 4 of that card? Something like Roll, except for the fact that Sub-Zero can turn off assets.
Mm-hmm.
He can flip a foundation to do that. Frozen Palace is an amazing answer. If they're bad and they play something like Flame Aura, it's bad. It's you can stop it. The thing about this is, like, my issue honestly with it is that it gives infinite damage.
Yeah.
If it gave infinite speed, I'd be down. If it made all of my 3 damage attacks, if I had a 3-card combo that said all of my 3 damage attacks were unblockable, I'd be down.
Yeah, that gives you a lot more time to be able to survive.
Totally. And it says that, like, you have to play a real game of UFS. So we played on stream.
Mm-hmm.
And I only ever had 1 attack the turns that I killed anybody. And I went 12-1. I only lost to Akuma, and it was because he opened the literal nuts. We were playing singular games, not matches, so we don't know how the match would have turned out. He opened the nuts, and he opened like 3 of the 1 diff, the +X+X, and so he was just able to kill me on turn 2.
Mm-hmm.
It happens. That's UFS. But every other game that we played, it was handily Sub-Zero. Not even close. But we've got things like Big Cyclone existing in the card pool. And so if they ever use the enhance to give it your stun attack +2 damage, if they ever do that, or they ever like attempt to discard a card out of your hand, if you've built into Deadlock somehow with something along the lines of a Face of a Monster or something like that, like you can throw this in the card pool if the answers are turned off. You can pick up with an Evening with Grin. You can pick up Out of Your League. And out of your league, the response to unflip the cards.
Yeah.
So like these are the kind of things that I have on here. Diligent Worker. After you play your first card this turn, commit 2 of your opponent's foundations.
Sure.
That just commits the combo. Like there's a bunch of silence on your turn. Form name a card if there's more than one copy of the named card in both staging areas. Flip all copies of that card. I'll name Cryomancer's Descendant. Flip all Cryomancer's Descendants.
Mm-hmm.
They can't unflip them all. S-Class Hunter. Commits the uncommittal card.
Motherly Swordsmanship.
Perfect. And even all the way to like to bad ones like James Stevens is gonna love it. Teosanai.
Yeah.
Form remove until the beginning of your next turn. Your opponent must commit 1 foundation as an additional cost to play any ability that modifies the speed of an attack. So if it plays an ability that could modify the speed of an attack, they have to tap 1. They have to commit 1.
So that if they want to do anything,
They have to commit an additional answer.
Yeah.
But there are a ton. There are. I want to say this list. I have 80 something cards, 60 something cards. We'll actually take a look.
Yeah.
Sorry, and I'm positive that I missed some. I have 85, and I know that I've missed Slashman.
Yeah.
Because Slashman wants response on both turns. Seal of Foundation.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, that one.
Yep. They have to do it.
Mm-hmm. It I have to do 2 of everything.
Yeah.
I think infinite are dumb.
I agree.
I think this infinite can be fought, though. I think it's going to be the same way that, like, Twinkle Murdoch. How Twinkle Murdoch was not impossible to beat.
Right.
But, man, she was unfun.
She was. Yeah. I think this is... It's kind of sucky that it's a deck that you now have to put answers in. Because unless they ban it before Worlds, you do have to put some sort of answer into your deck to fight this.
And you have to have X plus 1 answers because Sub-Zero turns off a foundation or an asset. Yeah. As his first enhance, he'll flip a foundation he doesn't care about and then do that. So, like, actions are your best hope. And we now have a card underwater that says, like, remove. Maybe it says discard momentum, kill an action under the water symbol. 3 to 5 unique. Sounds neat.
I actually really like Frozen Palace. Like I never thought about that.
Yep. Frozen Palace is super, super good. Yamatama Dashi. Respond after opponent readies a foundation during the combat phase, add it to their hand. When you add back in the Cryomancer's Descendant and you flip and ready it, put the Cryomancers back in their hands, the combo's over.
Yeah.
Like, there are options. There are tons of stuff that you can do.
Yeah.
But man, do I not want to play Yamatama Dashi in any of my decks. All Chaos or Water, I don't want to play that garbage. I don't want to play that.
There's 85 answers plus.
Mm-hmm.
There are only a few of these that I'm looking at that I'm like, yeah, I could just play that in the deck normally.
Yeah, and a lot of these are like something along the lines of like Ninja Outcast. Response your turn after your opponent plays an attack added to their hand. That says that their reversal didn't work, so they didn't just kill you on your turn. And so you have one more chance to kill them on the next attack.
Yeah, which is something that you were definitely doing, like Skull Barrier.
I did it about
very easy.
half of the time of less like, oh, I got to block this with a Skull Barrier for free. You're dead.
Yeah, there was one turn where when I played the deck where I built it and I was like, well, he has the answers out right now, so I'm just gonna wait until my turn. And then he had to commit the answers. Like, oh, well, I guess I'll just kill him now.
Yeah,
it's very easy to do. Very easy.
It's super super easy. But like the main thing that you have to do, it's almost like playing Heidi, playing against Heidi. But you know, it's almost playing against Heidi, where Heidi gets to tutor her options.
Mm-hmm.
Because with the Journey for the Sword of Legend or whatever, the Zhanghua Foundation.
Right.
You add an attack to your hand. Done. So you
Mhm.
can you can overbuild and be like, I don't need an attack. I was reviewing attacks. Who needs them? Who
Yeah,
needs them? You need
just
one.
you need the 3 foundations. That's it.
You need the 3
you-
foundations, a way to get an attack. It's over. And then ways to protect it. And then with the Revenant card from the Sub-Zero starter deck that we weren't even playing, enhance, seal your character, add a foundation from your discard pile to your hand.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we weren't even playing that card.
Wow.
It's my turn. I'll play this attack that I have another one in my hand, or I've got the 3 diff. I'll seal Sub-Zero because I don't care, and I'm gonna add this the last piece of the combo to my hand.
Cool.
All right, I'll play it. Your turn. I have a skull barrier. You're not allowed to attack me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we weren't even playing like an optimized version, and it was still 13-1.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you had to touch something to make this not happen, what do you touch?
I would say Cryomancer's Dissonant.
That's a starter deck card. Do you ban a starter deck card?
So the answer is either that, Honky Tonk Woman,
Mm-hmm.
but I think Honky Tonk Woman. It's like, I think the easiest card to get rid of
Mhm.
is Cryomancer's Descendant.
Okay.
It really sucks that it's a starter deck card, and I know Jason does not want to do that, but it's way better than banning a character that's a starter deck card.
Totally.
That's
Ooh, that's
that would
Sub-Zero
that would be, I think, the worst option.
Sub-Zero cannot be banned. It is
Yeah.
impossible for him to be banned because it's not his fault.
It's not. It's this combo. I don't think an errata could also work. So like,
Errata saying what? Jason, Ryan, Luke, JT, Sean.
if-
I know you're all listening at the same time. You're all huddled around the computer. You've Skyped in JT. What are you doing, Tyler? You're fixing it, buddy, right now. How do you fix it?
I wanted to say a errata on Cryomancer's Descendant to be E, do all the stuff. I don't think E, do all the stuff, then destroy it would work. I don't know though.
Just change the cost to remove and you're good.
That is okay, sure. I guess that's the easy way out. Tam. Yeah. I think
Or you ban Honky Tonk Woman and this isn't an issue.
sure. I
I think Honky Tonk Woman is spectacular and it does everything that Faye wants to do. And Honky Tonk Woman is one of my favorite cards of the entire game.
I think I agree.
I love
just,
that card.
I think it's such a powerful staple in that symbol though
Mm-hmm.
that I don't want it to get banned.
We just talked about how Graveyard Recursion in this game, it might have been off camera just slightly, how Graveyard Recursion in this game is silly and it shouldn't happen. And that's Graveyard Recursion.
Yeah, but it's like
It's selective graveyard recursion, but I have won many games off of the back of checking or discarding a card that I wanted in my staging area, like a God of Thunder or a Cryomancer's Descendant, and then pulling it back into my staging area and being like, whoop, here it is. I have the combo now. I'm going to kill. Oh, my God of Thunder is now in my discard pile. I've space landed on your attacks in order to find this thing that I want.
yeah.
Like, it does everything Faye wants to do. But the only answer is ban Honky Tonk, errata Cryomancers to say remove, or errata Maternal Swordsmanship to say speed only and not damage. But then Zhanghua doesn't kill anybody. She already has an issue killing somebody.
Yeah.
Already. And so speed or damage and ready. That's totally fair in Zhanghua. The issue is that all 3 of these have created this perfect storm that if your name's Sub-Zero, you just infinite people.
Yeah. I want it to be Cryomancers because I think that it's the least used card
Out of everybody else.
out of everything.
Okay.
It's like it's the
lesser of all evils.
it's the card that if it basically never existed before this.
Totally.
Like there was a small loop that you could do.
That's because
wasn't that good.
Sub-Zero doesn't exist.
Sure. But
Sub-Zero's
like
not a deck.
but you can't ban Sub-Zero. You can't do anything to Sub-Zero.
No, you cannot.
Sub-Zero actually isn't the problem here. It's the fact that that card says Sub-Zero only.
100%. So, if looking on here, we've already said Frozen Palace is is cool. What's like your favorite answer?
Besides Frozen Palace?
Yeah. And I've had a lot, and if you want to scroll, you can. Because I've got a couple. I got a couple cool ones that people haven't thought of. So Dodge beats this combo.
Yeah.
And they just dodge. They just blow their load on doing this thing, and you check a 5, and they can't quote unquote respond with it. You'll lose your 1, and then add part of the combo back to their hand.
Well,
so they have to out of your league this.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Dodge does not do it because you burn for half the damage.
I thought it was half his printed damage.
No, just lose X. X equals half this attack's damage, rounded down.
Well, now this is lame.
Yeah.
Now I'm taking Dodge off the list, and I'm bummed.
Sorry.
All right, it's 58 cards. Well, then my answer is going to be Towering Over Rivals. Enhance Destroy. Both players destroy one of their opponent's committed foundations. They have to have something that can commit, or else when they bring the card back in with Honky Tonk, they bring the Descendant back in, you just pop it. There were plenty of times in the combo that I just had these 3 cards, and I had a bunch of face downs or a bunch of cards that couldn't commit. They can't combo if I have Towering Over Rivals down. They have to seal that card, which means they didn't seal something else, like Living Pendulum. Living Pendulum cancels it. Damnation cancels it. Probably one of the best answers for Chivalry and Honor, and that has the Earth symbol on it. For Chivalry and Honor, it says that it can't gain any damage.
Yeah.
Which means that it's just what I said, which is
sure.
Any Means Possible. What does this card do? Any Means Possible.
Oh,
it's
God.
it's a
it's a
BB
card-
Hood card.
It says that it gets 2/2 and no more bonuses can be given.
Damn right. First
Yeah.
enhanced commit. This attack gets 2 speed, 2 damage, and may not receive any damage bonuses or penalties. Does it say and penalties?
No, just can't receive any more bonuses.
Neat. That's very good.
Yeah. It means that they have to have 2 attacks.
What about you? What are you saying?
I'm liking all the stuff that like actually gets it off the field.
Yeah.
Like the things that just say that
You get a turn.
that you get a turn or that it's still there. I just got to do a little bit more to mess with it.
Yeah.
I don't like those answers because they don't actually fix the problem.
Totally.
They just mean like, oh, well, I guess I'll just kill you with reversal or survive this next turn.
Yeah.
You only had one answer.
Shitten Ketsu is really good on defense because after your opponent commits, destroys, flips, removes, or seals one of your cards that cancel it. So this is an in-hand answer to Sub-Zero trying to answer you.
Yeah.
And so, like, I've got this answer in my hand. I've got Overly Dramatic on my field. Okay. You're going to seal it? I'll cancel the seal. You flip the foundation for no reason. There are answers. And then you have to play a missile launcher and kill them. But, like, there are answers.
I think the best answer is Frozen Palace, honestly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just at the start, both players seal?
Yeah. I'm just going to... Because Sub-Zero can't stop that. He has to then make it so that he has 2 of the answers out. And then this is the thing that he has to seal, like, right away. So that if he has 2 of an answer out, you don't seal the second one.
The other big answer that we have is Hand Cannon.
Yeah.
Hand Cannon says they can't honky tonk anything back in.
Right, but that also requires you to have Insect Puppeteer.
Totally.
So, like, that's again, like, that's the first thing he seals, so you have to have 2 Insect Puppeteers.
Mm-hmm. Or 2 answers. And
Yeah.
Puppeteer is just something that can always... if they don't hit Puppeteer, you can do whatever other answers. You can revoke. You can whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Because they've used it. Fused with Lilith says enhanced commit this attack's speed of 6 or greater, no more enhances can be played. So they have to pump all of their damage, and then they have to pump all of their speed.
Yeah.
And as soon as they get to 6 speed, you commit this, and now you commit it while the combo is not happening, and now they don't get to do it anymore.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
And so, like...
Yeah.
The best thing to do is to stop the response and force them to play out of your league. And here's why.
Why?
For the way the combo works. So I flip +2 speed, ready a card. I flip Honky Tonk, respond, destroy. attempting to build in the top card of my discard pile.
Right.
If you cancel that response and they have to cancel it with an out of your league, they make a check.
Mm-hmm.
And then now they have to build the top card, the card they checked in.
Okay, yeah.
It will still unflip these two,
Right.
but they'll build in the card that they just tried to. This doesn't
Yeah.
work if they have a second honky tonk.
But it does work if they check an attack.
Correct.
Yeah.
Or if they check an attack. Yep.
Yeah.
You're right.
Then they have to have a second Cryomancers.
Yes. So, like, as I said, there are outs,
Right.
but none of them feel that great.
Right. It's a lot of whoever has the most amount of outs.
So here's what I have to do, because we're gonna cut this off because there's not actually much more we can say. Please test versus this deck. Please test on stream. Test and give matches. Give your input. Give your feedback. This is an unfun mechanic. I don't like this mechanic, but it can be beat. It can be. If we decide, if Jason and the team at Jasco, if Ryan and the team at Jasco, if JT and Luke and Sean, if everybody at the Jasco says that this is okay, deal with it. I have a list. Playtest. Just playtest. Grind and grind and grind, and you'll find a ratio, just like we found a ratio with Liu Kang. Liu Kang was an issue. Liu Kang was almost as heartless as this. Liu Kang just, like, at least he did all of your life total, you know?
Mm-hmm.
At least he didn't go, do you have it? I've got it.
Yeah.
Neat.
Although I wouldn't be surprised if there was a day one errata with something.
With when it comes out?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair. I mean, we don't even have these cards yet.
Right.
You're right. So with that, I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on Sub-Zero Infinite in the comments down below, whether it be on the YouTube page or the Facebook page where we're going to post this. Either one, I'd love to get a bit of a conversation going. Let your voice be heard. Do you agree with it that the Infinite should exist? I would love to hear a camp where you do say, hey, this is just like Heidi. Heidi's not fair. Heidi says auto win. Why shouldn't this exist too? I'd love to hear people in that camp as well. So with that, on to topic 4. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Study Hall here on UFSU University. My name's Tam. I'm joined by
Tyler.
What Study Hall is for the unenrolled is we take a bunch of your guys' UFS topics as well as some of our own, and we sit down and we discuss them for your amusement, entertainment, and knowledge. If you like that, go out to patreon.com/UFS University. Throw us a couple bucks. We have Soul Calibur coming out soon, and we're going to be recording and uploading, launching, debuting the cram sessions for Soul Calibur. I'm going to be in most of them, if not all of them. Tyler, I'm demanding to be in a couple of them.
Yep.
It's going to be super fun. If you don't want to support us that way, that's totally chill. Just doing cool YouTube stuff, like, share, subscribe, share in the local play groups, hit the notification bell, and then lastly, we have a TCG player, and at time of recording, we just hit level 3. Woo! So we would love for you to go out and support us out on TCG player. Help us buy more products to give you more products. So with that, my last topic of the day, and we don't necessarily need this, but if we'll have it just in case.
Okay.
My last topic of the day is for all my new kids out there. Tyler, you're one of the faculty here at UFS University.
Yes, I am.
The way that I'm trying to structure this show now in order to change it ever so slightly is we've got current event topics, we've got topics for veteran players, we've got topics for new players. This new topic, new player-centric topic, is should new kids play bad checks? And for bad checks, statistically, most attacks in the game check a 3 in the bottom right corner. 3 over here. Should people who are new to the game play 1s and 2s? I'd love to hear your opinion.
So, I'm going to say no.
Ooh.
For the very beginning. I want to say that the amount of time before you're allowed to play bad checks might be shorter than you think. I think, though...
Give me a timeline right now. Shot out of the cannon. You can change your answer later. It's okay.
I think if you are competent enough to know what you're putting into your deck, then you can start putting in 2 checks. So,
not 1 checks?
1 check's also. Bad
Okay.
checks.
Bad checks.
So
we'll label them as bad checks.
If you have a buddy that brought you into the game, and you're like, hey, build me a deck, because you taught me how to play this, and it's interesting, and I like it, so build me a deck, and I'll play that. they should not have any 2s or 1s in that deck. They need to learn how to pass safety 3s first.
I agree.
And then, after they get into it a little bit, if
What's
you
a little bit? Give me a
so
timeline.
if they're like, man, I'm really getting into this game. What characters can I build that's not this guy that you gave me? And then they start looking and they decide to put 2s in their deck. Maybe you let them. Maybe you back up and be like, yeah, that's fine. You can do that. If you keep building their deck though, I think you should keep it at 3s unless you're like, they're getting a lot better at the game. I can see that they're understanding what they're doing. Then we can put 2s in their deck.
I'm demanding that you give me a number of days. Give me a number of
So-
weeks. Give me a number of months. How many eons? How many centuries?
So
I think I might have went backwards on that last one.
I think it's different for every person though. It's like Mark Tyner.
Mm-hmm.
I think after a week he could have had 2 checks in his deck, no problem at all.
Okay.
I saw him pick up this game quick.
Incredibly fast.
Yeah, and he's very good at this game.
Mhm.
He understood immediately how to play.
Totally.
Me, however,
Yeah.
I probably didn't need 2s in my deck for a while because I didn't understand why necessarily how I was supposed to be playing out my turns and why it mattered.
So I feel the same way, but I'm going to give an actual date. I say if you are playing consistently, give it a month and then learn the game for a month's time. If you went to a local tournament and played 4 rounds, that's 4 hours in a weekend. Do that 4, 5, 6 times. So after 30 hours, start putting 1s and 2s in your deck.
Sure.
I think after playing the game for 30 hours, getting that many reps in, you should be able to start experimenting with these power cards.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have time to do the math beforehand, and I don't mind doing it as we talk. But the last event that we just went to, I want to see how many 1s and 2s that were played, mainboarded, sideboarded, otherwise, because I think 1s and 2s win games. Like they just do. We
I
talk
agree.
about missile launcher. We talk about like all of these crazy stats, and like it just wins games.
I mean, there's a reason why they're 1s and 2s because they got that power behind them.
How do you successfully play 1s and 2s?
You be conscious of the fact that you have the possibility to check a 2 or a 1. So, for instance, my spectator then playing upstairs, I know that if I build 3 foundations, I can play any attack that I want no matter what. Because the highest is a 6 and the lowest check I'm going to get is a 3. So, I have the forethought to be like, well, I have these 6s in my hand. I could totally go in no problem at all.
So I did a very quick count, and it looks like we have 15 1s and 2s in top 8
All
from
right.
the last PTC alone.
Okay.
That's kind of not that many, actually. Like obviously, 1, 2, 3 of the decks did not. No, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4 of the decks. Half of the decks did not play 1s and 2s.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there's a reason that the other 4 did.
Right. They're power cards.
And so you were saying, in order to play 1s and 2s correctly, how do you build?
You review. So like I know that if my opening hand has 3 foundations, I'm okay. I would like it to have more, and I would probably review to get more just so I'm ahead. But if I review and draw 3 attacks and 3 foundations, which has totally happened, 4 attacks, 2 foundations, we'll say, I'm like, well, I now have to build next turn so that I can be safe for the rest of the game.
In addition to that, you should also look at the difficulty of the cards, because I've seen people all the time keep hands of 4 foundations, and the 4 foundations are all 2s.
Sure.
That says that you actually built 2 asterisks. You built 2 maybe. If you're going first on a 2, on a 3, that probably happened.
Mm-hmm.
And even at that point, it could be on a 2, on a 3, you check a 2 and you fail.
Right.
Like it's even bigger. If you want to play 1s and 2s and you want to get that experimentation, the first thing you do is you pick up an evil deck.
Yeah.
Because they have a bunch of spam. They've got a
Right,
bunch
right,
of good, relevant spam. So you can safely build, feel the power of these cards, and slowly but surely move over to these other checks that exist. Or these other symbols that don't quite have the security that the evil symbol does when checking bad.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really cool because, like, the whole point of the evil symbol is bad checks. It, like, makes your opponent check bad,
Right, sure.
but you also check bad.
Okay.
Right? And I think that's a really cool design. Like, I bitch about the evil symbol all the time. But,
Because
like,
they're very strong.
they're very strong. But the point is, we're both checking like shit.
Mm-hmm. I mean, unless you're the Akuma that won this PTC.
Correct?
I guess he had 2s in his deck.
He
didn't
had a singular
Okay.
2 main boarded and 1 in his sideboard.
Right.
But the thing about building when you're playing 1s and 2s is how many of these foundations can I effectively, safely guarantee that I build on turn 1, turn 2? Because those are the two most important build turns of the game. You probably shouldn't be attacking turn 2 asterisks. Obviously, there's an asterisk. Every situation is different. I don't need to get into that. The point of this, and I think we might actually be able to end it here. I think this is just like a really informative show. Is there anything else you want to talk about? New players, bad checks. What's something they shouldn't do when it comes to bad checks?
They don't need to put necessarily 4 of them in the deck. I think usually 3 can do it, maybe 2.
Yeah, 100%.
Like Coffee Samba, I think a lot of the time can be a 2 of.
The only person that was playing 4 2 checks was Jeddah, and he was playing 2 of his own ultra rare that says draw 2 cards.
Right. Like there's definitely situations where it could be more.
But everybody else was not playing. Or I'm sorry, Jet also played 4 missile launchers because it's his ultra rare.
But that's a deck that like just win it.
Yeah, totally.
So like you don't always need to play more. Then that can help sort of mitigate any damage that you feel from it. I think loading a whole bunch into your deck isn't a good thing. So like if you're only checking 2s and 1s, I think you're gonna have a very bad time because it's gonna slow you down a lot more than you probably think.
Totally.
Like that one number can mean all the difference.
Here is what I'd suggest for my new players. If you want to start experimenting with 1s and 2s, actually do some homework. When you're playing the game, mark down in your game, like pick actual pen and pad paper, and mark down how many times you check a 1, how many times you check a 2, and how many times it costs you the game, and how many times that card wins you the game. So don't just look at it as like a negative factor. Look at it as a positive factor.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have a lot more negative marks on the pages than positive ones because we never get to keep track of, hey, I passed that check, or marking down every time you pass a card doesn't make any sense. But, hey, I'm playing this 2 check. I'm playing Missile Launcher. Did it win me the game? Yes, it won me the game.
Right.
If I didn't have Missile Launcher, I lost this game. Or if I didn't have Missile Launcher, I didn't win this game this turn. Mark that down. Write it as a positive. And then keep track of it in every game. And then maybe you're not playing enough. Maybe you're playing too many.
Sure.
And this is where you get to have hard evidence written down in a small notepad. You can go to Walgreens and get a pocket-sized, non-spiraled notebook to stick in your back pocket and just keep track of life and keep track of notes and keep track of UFS thoughts on that. And that's a way that you can have actual hard evidence. You can make your own research so that whenever you comment on this video and tell us how you did, you have actual research to back it up.
Right.
I think that's super important. And it's something that will separate the pros from Joe Blows. That rhymed.
Right. Good job, Tim.
Thank you. Last minute thoughts?
No, just be careful. I think if you're giving somebody a deck, be conscious of the fact that there's 2s and 1s.
And let them know.
Yeah, let them know. Definitely let them know.
So many times that I've been like, hey, what's the lowest check in the deck? And I'm like, 1s. I'm like, you should have told me. I wouldn't have built like a madman on turn 1. I played 2 3s.
Right. I think, yeah. And if you tell them and they're like, I have no idea what that even means.
Take the cards from them and tell them to get out of your house.
Right.
You don't get to play anymore. You don't deserve these 2 checks.
Or take them out of the deck.
Yeah, that's another option. Yeah. Flip them over and say they're nutcrackers. Just as good. So with that, thank you very much for watching the podcast, listening if you're on SoundCloud. First time I ever give a shout out to those guys.
Yeah.
If you have any suggestions on topics that we can do, jump on Patreon and leave them there, as well as you leave them in the comments down below. Not sure we'll get to those, but we'd love to hear from you, all the good people. Anything you want to say? Any fun sign outs today?
No, stay on it.
See everybody.